Figuring out where to eat in Singapore can be overwhelming because you have so many choices. So I want to show you the best dishes and restaurants you need to try. Today, it's all about sweets. We are in Singapore and we are going to attempt to eat everything. When people talk about Singapore, they talk usually about Hokkien mee, laksa, chicken rice, and all these beautiful things. But I think Singapore has a really great kind of dessert offering. So today I want to try everything from the traditional to pastry shops and chocolatiers. So we're in Chinatown, complex, always busy and chaotic, and I'm looking for something nice and icy. The Philippines has halo-halo, Korea has bingsu, and Japan has kakigori. This chendol is Singapore's version of a shaved ice dessert. It's a popular treat that originated from the Japanese people back in the 12th century and enjoyed throughout Southeast Asia with slightly different names and variations per country. Now we're one of the best places to get this dessert, Old Amoy Chendol at the Chinatown Complex Food Center. The owner Yu Ning learned how to make it from his grandfather, who sold chendol along Amoy Street in the 1950s, hence the name of the store. While most places use extra ingredients to make their chendol stand out, Old Amoy puts emphasis on the quality and simplicity to make their dish shine.
In 2016, when I came back from overseas, I decided that to learn from my mom, because as I travel around Singapore trying to have a bowl of traditional chendol, but I couldn't really find something that is very natural and also without preservative. So that's where I decided that I should learn from my mom and start it off.
This looks so good. I love the simplicity. I didn't know that they had actually 7 different stalls already. Let's try this. So I'm not a huge fan of like things on ice, usually like bingsu, kakigori, unless it's really, really well made. And I think the fact that they do everything homemade still in terms of from scratch makes a huge difference in terms of flavor. It's not overpowering in terms of too much syrup, too much coconut and all that. Feels very flaky, light. And every element really has its place in the bowl. So I'll try them separately. The jelly has a nice kind of like savoriness to it, which is quite nice. Texture is really pleasant. Some of the beans, I believe this is where most of the sweetness comes in. The subtlety is really important in these kinds of dishes. And then the coconut with the ice, with the beans and all of it, it just really works together, kind of like that perfect bite of food. I mean, we're only starting our dessert exploration, so there's many more to come, but honestly, this for $2.50, I feel like it's a steal. Next, I think we're gonna go find some kueh. This is Everton Park, actually probably one of my favorite neighborhoods and places to come for coffee, so I might sneak out and get one of those later. But I wanted to start my exploration with Singaporean desserts really with something very traditional, something I've never had before. And we've been invited to kind of see the kitchen and see how they make these sweet treats. So I'm really excited to learn a bit more about it. Singaporean traditional desserts are a reflection of the country's diverse cultural heritage. Some of the most popular sweet treats include kueh, which are small bite-sized snacks made from rice flour. Xiang Confectionary started its business from a kitchen in an HPD flat. This family-run business started out selling only 2 flavors to provision shops and hawkers around the neighborhood. Their handmade Ku Kueh soon garnered them a loyal following. Ang means red in Hokkien. Ku means tortoise. While Ku Kueh refers to red tortoise cakes, Xiang has expanded their line with colorful kuehs featuring lots of other flavors. Till today, Mr. To runs the business while his wife continues to be the chief baker. While Ku Kueh has its roots in China, most Singaporean stalls, including Xiang, have adopted the Nonya style of making this delicacy. The key difference being that of a much chewier red pastry skin that is primarily made out of glutinous rice flour, coconut milk, sugar, and food coloring. I think we're close. Should be somewhere here. All right, you ready? Where are you going? Good? So this is where you make the dough.
Yeah, this is the area that we prepare our dough.
Okay.
After this, The farmer will go to the production site.
What's the main ingredients?
The main ingredient is the rice flour and glutinous rice.
Glutinous rice flour. Okay. And then once
Okay,
it's done.
once it's done,
Yeah.
they will proceed to the steaming area.
Okay. I'm excited to try it.
Yeah,
And
no
it looks
problem.
really good and tasty.
This is sweet corn,
Sweet corn.
sweet bean, salted, peanut, yam, and coconut.
Okay. Which is the most traditional one?
The most traditional is the peanut and sweet bean.
Okay. I'll try the sweet
Okay.
bean first. Is there any way to eat this? Is it one?
Yeah.
No.
2 bites with
Yeah,
it.
2 bites. It's so warm.
Yeah.
Mm. I didn't expect it to be so soft.
Yeah, it's soft, and when it cool down a bit more, it will be more chewing.
Okay. All right, it's not too sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really nice. Okay. Now
Which one should we try? Peanut.
I'll try the peanut. This is my breakfast, but really crunchy. It's not like peanut butter. It's more like you just grind it
yeah.
with a bit of sugar,
About coconut.
coconut.
Yeah, you can feel the fragrance of the coconut.
This I really like.
Yeah,
The peanut and the coconut so far
yeah.
are my favorites. I'm gonna try one more. I think I have space for one
I
more.
think This is the yam.
The yam.
You should try this.
Ku means turtle. No.
Yes.
Yes, correct. See, I do my research.
Yeah. You pick up very fast.
And it's so that because it's shaped like a turtle, right?
Yes, right.
And turtle in Chinese culture is seen as a very
Longevity.
longevity.
and- yeah.
Okay. But the warm ones are really nice.
Yeah, right.
Because they kind of just melt in your mouth.
It's a bit savory and sweet.
Oh wow. This is very different.
The feeling somehow close as those Chinese pastry,
Yeah, yeah.
A bit sweet,
yeah.
a bit salty, and
Peppery, very
Yeah.
peppery. This is amazing. This is my favorite.
Is it?
Yeah, just because it's so surprising
I'm
and
so
different.
surprising.
Yeah, it reminds me of like a pork bun. Like I really like that. Like if you're vegan or vegetarian,
Yeah,
it's
it's-
perfect. I really like the salted one.
Oh,
I would say salted, coconut,
Coconut.
and peanut.
oh, that's good.
My favorites. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you.
I'm gonna get a box to bring some home. Pasalubong Center. Dempsey Hill is a retail neighborhood away from the busy city center. You'll find lots of high-end shops and restaurants around here. Just recently, Mr. Bucket Chocolate opened up their testament to the humble cacao bean. Creating a culinary homage isn't always about just sticking to tradition. That break from tradition, in fact, is what Singaporeans are also known for, constantly pushing the boundary of their cuisine and what it means to live in the city.
My name is Jerome Panafort. I'm the founder of Mr. Bucket Chocolaterie. So the vision from the very start has always been about creating an impact in the whole industry. For us, the only way to do that is to kind of do it big. My own journey, I started in a family business. And that gave me a chance to visit the farms in Philippines, in Malaysia, in Vietnam. As a consumer, 30 years of my life, I've never known that chocolate comes from a fruit. Not just coming from a fruit, but it's found right here in Asia. So visiting the farms in Kalinan Davao was really eye-opening. First impressions I had was the warm-heartedness of the farmers. The moment you arrive at the farm, without having any relationship, we hadn't started buying cacao from any of them. And they gave us a platter of fruit. Juicy, sweet pineapple. They're telling us all about it, even before we had any relationship. So that was really an insight into the passion, the kindness in the whole industry that really wanted to share. Through that journey, we listened to the stories, the challenges, the opportunities. A lot of these farmers are a little bit more elderly, issues of passing on to the next generation, issues of thieves coming to steal their produce, and they're all small lot farmers. And so for us, more than just being a chocolate brand, it's really about preserving this whole industry and giving them awareness, and which drives almost everything that we do. So understanding how the farmers process it, understand how they ferment it, so the post-harvest processing, how they dry it, the quality, that really drives a lot of the quality. The fermentation process is known to translate or give out probably about 2/3 of the flavor of chocolate. And then getting the cacao beans from the farms, we process it every single step, controlling the roast profile, controlling the grind time, the recipe, how much sugar, how much cocoa butter. Every single step really makes sure that we get the best out of every bean, and which is how we feel we can pay homage to the farmers. By whatever we get from them, understanding it and processing it the best we can, optimizing it It's our way of saying that, hey, we're going to make chocolate that is the best that we can ever make.
The dedication to chocolate here is really intense. When you go to chocolate bars or chocolatiers like this, it really takes some precision to get it right and to get it tasting at its best. I'm gonna start with the chocolate passion fruit sable. Let's crack into that. Whoa, it's always satisfying cutting into this. There's some notes of caramel in there. Passion fruit, that perfect crust. Really tasty. They have a bean to bar tasting journey where they show you how they use everything from the bean, the husks, the bar, confection, and then to pastry, kind of like all the different processes that they can put to it. So this is the cacao bean dart. It's stuffed with cacao nibs. Really intense, dark, flavorful. And then the husks, they turn into kind of like this lemon tea that's here. That's surprising. Very kind of light, acidic. You can tell good chocolate when you taste it. In terms of mouthfeel, texture, there's a certain oiliness to it, the smoothness. Double soy caramel bonbon, so soy sauce and caramel. You see that soy sauce? Soy sauce and chocolate, such a great combination. Look like a glutton at this point. And here is our FEATR custom-made chocolate. So build your own chocolate. Macadamia nuts, puffed rice, dried mango. Ooh, look at that. Turned out really pretty. I think the puffed rice and macadamia nut combination is really good. If you're a chocolate fan, definitely check this place out. We are on Orchard Road, which really represents how the city is a hub for the whole world. Cheryl Ko started out her career at the Raffles Hotel and worked her way up to become the head pastry chef for the Les Amis Group, eventually bagging the Asia's Best Pastry Chef Award by the World's 50 Best Restaurants in 2016.
My name is Cheryl Ko, and I'm a pastry chef at the Les Amis restaurant. And then I also oversee and run Tarte here. And I work together with my head chef, Kelly, and we do menu creation. We then run the operations here.
My name is Kelly, so I'm the head chef of Tarte by Cheryl Ko. Basically, I run the kitchen in Tarte. We did all the tarts are freshly baked in the morning in our kitchen.
The first two tarts I started with was the chocolate tart and then the strawberry tart. It hasn't changed. The way we have done our tarts and how we wanted to approach it hasn't changed. The tarts are freshly baked in the morning. The products are very fruit-based. It's based on French skills and techniques to make the pastries.
Another creation, like restructure the Bandung drinks, the Singapore Bandung drink into a tart.
I am absolutely overwhelmed. Like, yes, I knew we were coming here to shoot food shows, but I didn't realize that every place we would go, we would have incredible amounts of food, and these tarts look so pretty and well put together. I don't even know where to start, but I feel like since the chef was preparing that fresh strawberry tart that made my mouth water and looked absolutely beautiful, I'm gonna start from there. I don't know if there's etiquette with small tarts, but I'm gonna go ahead and just bite into it. This is honestly probably one of the best I've had. It's delicious. Generous amount of cream, really fresh. Next we have the Bandung. So inspired by the Singaporean hawker drink. That's really, really pink. Ooh, I love that texture. 3 layers, you really smell that perfumey rose flavor. I've made tarts from home, but this is next level. Every layer has a different texture and different flavor. I really want to try the peanut. Ooh. I feel like peanut is something that you see a lot in Singapore. This episode, if anything, kind of shows you the spectrum of desserts that you can find in Singapore, from extremely traditional to very cheap but good value and tasty to more refined and higher end. You can really find a little bit of everything, and honestly, we've barely scratched the surface of all the different types of desserts that you can find here. But I'm gonna sleep because I am exhausted. That's a lot of sugar for one person in one day. Make sure to catch all our other episodes about the great food you can eat around Singapore.